Everybody, Dr. Diane, your libido doc here. Today we're talking about using mindfulness to get in the mood. So many times, especially for women, it is arousal is something that actually occurs later on in the sexual process because of how men respond so quickly as far as blood flow to their genitals, for example. Anything that oftentimes is visually stimulating actually increases that blood flow, and men tend to feel aroused very quickly. For women, due to our hormones, we have a much slower refractory time as far as arousal. It tends to take women longer. It tends to take blood longer to get through the circulatory system into the genitals, for example. That's part of arousal. Not the only part, but a really important part. And so essentially, because of this, for women, arousal often happens when we are actually in the middle of touch, of intimacy, of all of these different components. And so it can feel like you're not in the mood because your body takes longer as a woman to respond. So mindfulness and mindfulness types of activities can be huge for getting in the mood. And what I mean by this is part of the arousal is actually tuning into the senses, right? Part of the arousal is tuning into pleasures, tuning into taste, is tuning into sound, is tuning into touch, right? Is tuning into sight. All these different types of our senses allow us, if we're focused so much on touch, for example, that allows us to drop into the pleasure moment. It allows our body to respond, our nervous system to respond, our blood to respond, and it helps to get into the mood. So oftentimes it can work really well when you're trying to get in the mood and you feel like, oh, you want to show up for your partner as a woman, or if you're a man and you have a hetero partner and you're trying to get her in the mood and you're really trying to work with this. The idea is to actually take some time to do a present mindfulness activity. And this can be as simple as stroking each other's skin softly. This can be as simple as putting your foreheads together and looking into each other's eyes. It can be as simple as sitting really close, allowing skin to touch and talking about your day while you're petting your partner softly. It can be a massage, right? It can be a foot rub. But in order to really help with getting in the mood, the more you can drop in intentionally to this. And by intentionally, I mean if your partner's giving you a foot rub, for example, try to keep your mind very focused on the sensation of how it feels. That helps to drop into the moment and starts to send that chemical signal to your body through your hormones, through your circulatory system, through your nervous system that allows you to actually get in that mood, that allows you to be aroused. So that's how we can use pleasure and presence to actually work into that foreplay, right? Foreplay doesn't work very well. And foreplay, by the way, is everything happening way beyond even the touchy, feely kind of stuff. Foreplay is the flirtation. It's the thinking about your partner. It's about sending a sweet text or a sexy text, right? All of that counts as foreplay. And so we want to make sure that then when we're getting into the moment, we're dropping into the sensations. And that's like if we're doing any sort of like foreplay intimate activity where we're actually touching, the more you could actually drop into, oh, hand on my thigh, right? Breath on my neck, right? Whatever it is, like the more you can drop into that, the more it actually will rev up your libido and turn you on. So it's a practice of mindfulness. That's one of the reasons I love sex so much is the meditation world has gotten so much research. Well, guess what? Sex is a mindfulness practice too. Intimacy is a mindfulness practice too. And all these benefits that we get, that we see from mindfulness, from the research on mindfulness, likely also applies to intimacy if we are bringing ourselves into the present moment to truly enjoy it. All right, everybody, I hope this has been helpful. Please do subscribe, share this with your friends if that would help them. Appreciate your support, and I will see you soon.